Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raw Recap. Sorry, I am struggling to get set. Just busted my ass. But I'm here. I'm here, baby. Hectic start. On a hectic night. Get these chats out of the way so I can get back to where I need to be. What up, Dave? Thank you for joining. We got Tidy in the house. He is here at the beginning. What up? Got Babe. She hanging in there. She about to pass out. So I appreciate any little bit that I can get out of her this evening. Let me get this thing set up here. Woo! What up? What up? What up? Tidy says he is working his way through the drag race. So it's episode 3 right now. Got the other Dave. We got 2 Daves in the chat. I gotta find nicknames. Scrimshaw. What up, man? Thank you for joining again. Sorry you had to leave us last week so early. No, I'm good. I just fell. So tonight, start the show. Here we go. Sami Zayn kicks the show off tonight. And I don't know if anybody watched the Positively Awesome Wrestling show with me and Tidy last night. But I was a little bit more composed than I think even I was expecting after what happened at the Chamber. Tonight, when Sami came out and he got another one of these ovations, and he stood in that ring as they were like, ole, 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 and he just soaks it in. And he didn't have those titles around his waist or over his shoulders or however they needed to be. It finally just hit me. Like, yep, it ain't happening. So tonight was a very, very sad beginning for me. Because it really, like, I got the little, my eyes started to water up. I started to tear up a little bit. I was like, man, yep, it's not happening. It's done data. We're moving on to the next chapter in this shindig, which is fine. Hold on, what is going on here? Boop, boop. Sorry. So Sami Zayn came out and he said, yeah, why oh, I know. But anyway, he comes out and basically he says, he's got a lot of feelings, but there's one person that he needs to talk to, and it's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens coming out. Kevin Owens comes out. He's like, okay, here's the moment. And for anybody, it was like, why didn't KO come out and help Sami Zayn during the match on Saturday? This segment tells you everything you need to know about it. So they covered all the grounds there. You can shut up with your little whining about it. Story told. Sami Zayn's like, look, I know that you want to take out the bloodline, and I want to do it more than anything right now, but we can't do it by ourselves. Maybe we could do it together. Kevin Owens says, yo, I didn't save you on Saturday for you. I did it because my family had to watch me go through that last month while you stood there and watched. I wasn't going to let your family have to suffer the same fate. I didn't do it for you. I did it for me. And then he said, if you want to take out the he said, I'll continue to do it alone. So there's going to be a time where Sami has to convince him, like KO had to try and convince him to leave the bloodline. So it's going to be a fun ride. We're not done yet, but it's not what we wanted. It's tidy. It's not what we wanted, but we're going to get something good. And then he ended it with that, hey, if you want some help, why don't you just ask your little buddy Jay? And then he drops the mic and leaves. And it's like, oh, man, okay, I see where they're going. This is fun. This is going to be good. KO leaves. Sami starts to leave. As he gets to the top of the ramp, in comes, sorry, got to get the fan on. It's hot up in here. In comes Baron Corbin with the attack from behind. It's like, what are you doing, Baron? Which leads to a match between Sami and Baron. Baron beat the hell out of Sami, like, through an entire commercial break. Like, it wasn't just a 1-2 hits and then I'm done with him. What are you going to do, Sami? He beat him up for the entire commercial break. Come back from commercial break, Baron Corbin goes down the ring. He lets everybody know once again, I told Sami and I told all y'all what was going to happen, and I should know. I was the last person to beat Roman Reigns. Correct, he is. And he knows what it takes, and Sami didn't have it. So then he started talking more trash on Sami, and then Sami charged the ring. And impromptu match, boom, happens. Great opening match. So the first 30 minutes consisted of Sami Zayn coming out, getting one more moment from the Roman Reigns stuff, setting up the tag title scene with Kevin Owens and the Usos that we're going to be going into with WrestleMania. and then had a great match with Baron Corbin, who desperately needed a great match with somebody. So all around, Sami Zayn continued to do MVP things because that's what he is. He's an MVP right now. That hands down. I'm not happy that Sami Zayn didn't win. I have to go back. Let's see. All right, man. I'll see you next week. No problem. I'm with you, though. I'm not happy Sami didn't win either. It was very well done. And again, I think the transition into the Baron Corbin match was well done. They've gotten so good at transitioning from segment to segment and segment to matches. It's really well. The job they're doing is really well. I cannot stress, though, the quality of match that Sami and Baron Corbin had, because it's not a match we've seen. I don't know if we've ever seen it. We probably have, but I haven't seen it in a very long time. I especially haven't seen it with these dynamics. So it was a fun match. That's I think the theme for tonight, because we got 1, 2. I think there was 4 fun matches. I don't think any of them were especially great, but they were fun, and I'm not gonna ever be mad at that. I think his matches are kind of a little boring sometimes. That might have to do with the character. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But I think I don't think it's because he sucks. I just think something's missing, and it's probably character work. Honestly, bring bum ass Corbin back. We didn't get enough of bum ass Corbin. I think that would work for him. But great match between the two. I really, really enjoyed it, and it got me hyped for the rest of the show. I was like, okay, we started off hot. 33 minutes, I think, is what this whole Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin stuff took up. So after that, we go to back. Rhea and Dom, they're being interviewed. Rhea's talking about Charlotte and the Royal Rumble, and how she won the Royal Rumble and she's going to WrestleMania. This ain't 3 years ago. I'm going to do this. Did that. And then Byron tried to cut her off and talk about Beth, and Dom's like, don't make me handle you like I handled them people when I was in prison. He's still working the gimmick. It looks like he's kind of moving away from the comedic delivery and trying to be more serious with it. I maybe it was this week because it was bad. I don't know. Hope they don't do that. He needs to stay as a comedy gimmick because the serious shit won't work with Dom. He ain't there yet. But that's all it was. It was okay for what it was. It wasn't too long. I'm not mad at it. And then they went right into a Austin Theory interview in which we got another John Cena tease, because John Cena will be there in 2 weeks, I believe. And he says, well, might as well call it I Don't Care. That's the headline there, because nobody gives a crap that John Cena's coming back. He wants all the praise on himself because he is Austin Theory. And I do giggle about the idea that, that Austin Theory is a man that a lot of people considered buried a few months ago. And now look at the man. Look at the man. He's in the main event tonight with Edge, and it was awesome. So I wanted to get. I did think that was funny. I was thinking about that tonight. I was like, man, this is what they do with buried people, man. Bury me into the sand, bro. That Austin Theory's okay. I wish. No, you got to hold off on that. You got to hold off on. Make them wait. The longer you make people wait, the bigger the moment will be. And I think everyone kind of expected it to happen because it was in Canada. They're like, yeah, they're going to do it in Canada to get the extra. No, let it pan out. Let it wait. Maybe like 2 weeks left till WrestleMania. Have them finally embrace. And I'm sure they're both going to be on Raw and SmackDown all the way leading up to WrestleMania. So we're going to have plenty of this story to tell and plenty of time to do so. I'm ready for it. I've accepted what it is, and I'm just gonna enjoy what we get. I said I would do it. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna do it. Ooh, they still fucked up. Sammy won't be in the triple threats. They only leave. Yeah, I thought there was other cooler things they could have done. I thought they could have done. Okay, you get to go. That you get to see. You ain't gonna see him though. Please don't make any remarks about the man's bald spot. It happens to the best of us. Man, that was annoying to see it. His last one. They're talking about his bald spot. But anyway, next up, we got Ziggler versus Mustafa Ali in a match. Nothing special. They didn't get a whole lot of time. I think it's just to kind of build up to them being a tag team together. In the end, Ziggler went for the famouser, but Mustafa Ali did the little handstand getaway and then rolled him up. 1, 2, 3. Ziggler was shocked. Mustafa Ali was even more shocked. I don't think you should be celebrating that way when you win a match, especially against Dolph Ziggler, who isn't really anything special anymore. You would have thought Mustafa Ali just won the MVP of the Super Bowl or something. He's just, I won. It was funny that he took Ziggler's hand and was like, "Hey, thank you." It was like, bro, that's cold. You don't do that to somebody. It was messed up. But Ziggler and Ali, I'm not mad at the idea of them being a tag team. I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool. Man, I don't think he's ever had like a real haircut though. So we never even got to see that he's truly bald until now because he's actually got hair. He's allowed to be bald. Bald people are cool. Ass tighty. But yeah, so Ali got a win. I think that's the first time in months that's happened. And Ali and Ziggler, I think, would be a fun tag team. And Ziggler has shown in the past that he can pretty much team with anybody and it work. So make it happen. They ain't got nothing better to do. Next up, we get a Miz interview, and Maurice is with him, and she hands him an envelope. And the envelope, he opens it, and he goes, "This is huge. I'll let everybody know what it says next week on Miz TV." Bro, you better knock that nonsense. I don't want to watch Miz TV next week. But I do think I know what it is. He's probably the host of WrestleMania. It is Hollywood. He is the A-list celebrity, so it makes sense. He don't need to be wrestling. He can host. I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. I think that's what it is. See, Tidy cool. He's bald. He's cool. So yeah, because Bobby's still injured. Like he's recovering from a surgery. So would have been nice if they actually gave the Dolph Ali, but at least Ali got. I think they're gonna wrestle some more. So I think the idea is to just small doses and kind of build up more. I think that's what they're going with it. Because I would hate. I don't think they would do one match and then team them together. Because Ziggler was kind of like, nah, I ain't with that. He can have tonight, but I'm gonna get him again. And there you go. He's still out after surgery. I thought that was the case. So and then Miz started talking about his match with Seth Rollins later tonight. He brought up Logan Paul because Logan Paul is gonna be getting Seth at WrestleMania and all that. That was that segment. But yeah, tune in for next week to see what Maurice gave Miz in the envelope. If it's the invitation to be the host of WrestleMania, I'm your new source. There's no gimmick involved. I'm your new source. You will quote me, and that's how it is. If you don't like it, tough shit. That's what it's going to be. I'm your new source. Cody Rhodes is next. Comes out. Does the bro? I had some lyrics to this song tonight because I was just so mad and upset and sad still. But I won't do it anymore, and I won't even repeat them. I'll just say I was not nice to Cody Rhodes tonight. I was not. I will be from now on though. I'll be wearing the tattoo at WrestleMania again. Tonight, I took the night off. Fuck you, Cody. He gets on the mic and he's about to do the, so what do you guys want to talk about? And Paul Heyman cuts him off. Paul Heyman's on the Tron. He got a neck brace on because KO mauled him like a bear. That's what he said. And he basically cut a promo. She was side-eyeing me my whole time singing my song. You gonna talk about your daddy? We know. So Paul starts talking. He starts basically letting it be known, like, as champion, this is what you're gonna have to do. You have this many days to do this. You have this many days to do that, and this many days, and this many days, and they add up, Cody. And then when all those are added up, you got like 40, 50 days left to hang out with your family. And then you're still doing Zoom calls and meetings and all other stuff. So is that really the life you want to have, Cody? And then he brought up Brandy. He didn't say Brandy, but he just said, your wife going to be lonely. He goes, don't worry. Roman Reigns would never do that. He's a happily married man. Paul said, but I'm not. Cody was livid. He couldn't even talk. He's just pacing back and forth, cross between laughing and just like spitting, just, I'm so mad right now. I think Cody's I don't even remember. I just remember the last line was Paul saying, like, I'll do it. Bro said, I'll take your wife while you're too busy. Paul's a dirty, dirty, dirty man. So funny segment. Are they really building this Cody by insinuating that Paul Heyman is going to sleep with Mandy Rose? Told y'all it should have been Sammy. I told y'all it should have been Sammy. Now look what we're getting. We're getting some damn cuck action here. Paul Heyman was the man that did the Bobby Lashley, Rusev, and Lana set of stuff. So just saying, You need more than 5 weeks to tell the story. And if you don't, you got 5 weeks. So Paul Heyman's just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna bang Brandy. Bro, should have been Sammy, man. Now we're stuck with this stuff. I don't think that's what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna get serious. I think that was just tonight. Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. Paul's a funny guy. But that's a segment. We didn't get much out of Cody tonight. It was kind of mostly the Paul Heyman show, which I find to be interesting. Like, Cody's your guy. We give. I don't. It did seem odd. It did seem odd. Depend on Paul to build a story where was there, but yeah, it was there, and they took it from us, and now we gotta listen to Paul dreaming about banging Brandy. Next up, we get Asuka versus Nikki Cross. Bianca comes out at the start of the match. She's gonna sit at commentary and watch from ringside. Fun match. I would have liked to see Nikki get some more time, but they gave her more action than they did at the Chamber. I feel like it seemed like she was a bigger threat tonight than she was at the Chamber. So I'm with it. I dug the match. I would have liked to see it go a little bit longer, but I'm not mad because Nikki didn't look like a weakling. She got her offense in. Asuka's supposed to look strong. She's going into WrestleMania to take on the John Cena of the women's division. So I think everything was done here right. After the match, Bianca comes in. She points to the WrestleMania sign. She holds up her title. She goes, I'm on my own, all that stuff, whipping her hair back and forth. And then Asuka just starts puking up the blue mist. And Bianca's like, what the? And Asuka starts laughing, then she leaves. So that was nice to see from Asuka. Is a little different than what she had been doing. You better knock it off, cat. That cat's up in here bothering me. It did. Again, you put Cody out there as hot as he's been, and then you don't even let him like cut a promo. It's weird. It's a little weird. She did good. Again, the match wasn't anything special. It was just like she got to do something right here. It was nice that she finally got to do something other than hiding behind. Yeah. So the match could have been longer. Baby steps. I'll take baby steps. I got Bianca winning at me. Right now, I do too. I don't think Asuka is the one. That cat is cattish. He is, bro. He comes in here like a bolt of lightning, kind of like the lightning they had in a bottle when Sami Zayn was hot as shit, and then they just fucking let it go in the middle of a field. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna be done with the Sami stuff tonight. I promise y'all. Next up, we go to a Carmella interview. She talks about WrestleMania and Asuka, and she wants Asuka next week. Then it transitioned right into a Seth Rollins interview in which he talked about Logan Paul. And he goes, a lot of people have seen what happens when you really get on my bad side. Logan Paul is about to find out. So Seth, I think, might be going into a more sinister change in his character. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. We got Lax up in Drip King Jimmy. That's right. I am the Drip King Jimmy, baby. Up in here with the haps. Oh, we'll get that in a second. Yeah. So yeah, that was that. Then they go to a shot of MVP, and he's talking about Brock. So you messed up, Brock, when you hurt Bobby, blah, 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 blah. But I'm issuing a challenge for you at WrestleMania with this man, and it's Omos. And I'm like, what the fuck? I apologize for the language, but that's literally what my reaction to that was. What are we doing? I swear, I don't believe this happening. I don't. I refuse to. I just can't accept the fact that Brock is okay with getting in there with Omos. I just can't. But if they do, what do you do? What do you do? Just don't even have Brock on the show if that's going to be what you do with it. And anybody that watches it knows I'm all about Omos. I think he has a future. They just got to slowly bring him in. And this isn't slow at all. You're feeding straight to the wolves, and that wolf is going to rip every limb off his body, and he'll be done for. But Brock don't do well with big men. That's a horrible pairing. Horrible pairing. So horrible pairing. Yeah, Jimmy Baby, that's what I'm talking about. We ain't the ones. We Sami Zayning up in this bad boy over here. We don't do that. We the twos. I'm not the one. He said he'll tell you later about his reason for Bianca. So the downside of the Bruce Brock thing is he ends up facing Omos or ends up facing Bobby. Again, upside, it flips the show. Man, I said it on the Twitter machine. If your idea is to do Brock and Omos, screw it, scrap it, and just do Brock and Bobby again. Like it won't be great, but it'll be better than Omos. That's for dang sure. Stop it. So after that, yeah, man, that was just wild. Then we get the Seth Rollins versus Miz match. Miz is a guy I have a hard time enjoying his matches. I've been having a hard time enjoying Miz for the past like year, maybe even longer than that. Tonight was just one of those nights where I enjoyed him. I think he had a great match. By Miz's standard, by Seth Rollins, this was not a great match. It was a fun match. It wasn't a great match on Seth's standards, but on Miz's standards, this is a great match for him. It was very entertaining. It was fun. He actually looked legit there, a little bit in and out. Like I enjoyed the match. He finally hit the backstabber on the off the turnbuckles, and it was like fluid and not just wonky as hell. So all props to him. I think it's hilarious that he tries to do all Daniel Bryan's wrestling moves. I think it's so funny because him and Daniel Bryan are so polar opposites of each other. But yeah, I'm with it. This was a fun match. And in the end, Seth Rollins hit the stomp. Then he hit another stomp because he's mad as shit about this Logan Paul nonsense. And the ref's like, stop. Seth Rollins like, no. And he stomps him again. So the ref stops the match. Referee stoppage. Miz can't continue. I like this. This is new. This is different. Please incorporate little things like this into the show more often. Not exactly this, just different things like this. I want to see more of it. I thought it was cool, and it added to the enjoyment of the match. Who Johnny's? I don't know Johnny Swinger is, my man. Sorry. Omos ain't ready. He ain't ready for that cowboy jelly. Ain't happening. Omos should never wrestle ever. I don't believe. I think he can wrestle. I think he just needs more work. I like the idea of Kevin Nash being his mentor and just helping him and guiding him along. Kevin Nash hasn't been helping him, and I feel like he hasn't progressed. He's kind of flatlined at that just really green area. So he just needs more time. That's what I think. I think Luke is entertaining, putting decent moves. Good. Yeah, he had a good night. I think so. But then next week is back to Miz TV, and it's like, what the fuck? Wrestle Buddy. The twos, because we ain't the ones. I ain't with that one shit. Next up, Carmella is walking with Adam Pearce down the hall, and she's being very nice to Adam. And then Adam's like, you know what? I appreciate it, Carmella. Yeah, you can have your match next week with Asuka. This is very interesting because Carmella is actively campaigning to go against Asuka. I'm desperately wondering what she has up her sleeves, because there's no way that she's just like, I'm going to take on Asuka by myself. There's no way Carmella thinks this. So I'm very interested to see what happens. But then she leaves, and as she leaves, Adam Pearce gets a phone call, and he answers it, and on the other end is Chelsea Green. She goes, what the heck, Adam? Your travel people sent me to the wrong town, so now I'm down here. Y'all are up there. I'm not at the show. This isn't okay. And Adam's like, oh, sorry. It won't happen again. We'll be at the States next week, and we can figure this out. But my connection is going bad, and hangs up on her, and is like, and then he's laughing about it. So it was like, dang, Adam, you cold as hell, man. There it was. She was in Ottawa, Illinois, not Ottawa, Ontario. So it was like, what the heck, man? Yeah, Carmella wants Asuka, and she's gonna get her next week on Raw. Wait, so yeah, ooh. I think that's more. I think it's becoming more and more of a possibility that Roman goes over at WrestleMania. I do, and I'm okay with that because that means that Sammy could just slip back in and do it again. Ooh. So after that, we go to Chad, Gable, and Otis. They're staring at the meter and they're posing. Blue Steel. They're posing. Chad Gable's like, "Yo, I got everything. My complexion's great. I'm my physique. I'm a model's dream. I should be modeling." And then Otis is like, "Yeah, oh, I don't even know what." So he's like, "Oh yeah, tucky, whatever it is that Otis says these days." And then Bronson Reed comes behind and goes, "This is how you prepare for a match," because it's Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable later tonight. Go to the ring. Ding dong, hello. I'm gonna be real with you. This is very hard for me to say because Becky Lynch is involved in this segment, and I'll break it down real quick. So Ding Dong Hello comes out. She's doing it with Damage Control. They're doing the thing. Becky Lynch interrupts. She goes, I want to shot the tag title because you girls never defend them. There's, cobwebs and spiders living on them titles because y'all don't ever do anything with them. And they're like, you don't even have any friends, as if they forgot who came out and helped her just not that long ago. And then, And then they're like, who, you ain't got no friends. And she's like, I do have one friend. And then, oh, here comes Lita again. So then Lita comes out and they all have a little back and forth with each other. They want the tag titles. Damage Control doesn't want to do it. But then Bayley is baited into it. And she finally says, okay, you got it. So next week, Becky Lynch and Lita taking on Damage Control for the tag titles. Also next week, we're getting, Candice and Piper Nivens. So we got 3 women's matches that are promoted for next week's show. That's great. This segment, though, the whole Ding Dong Hello segment was bad. A Becky Lynch segment where she's talking and it's bad, that doesn't come out of my mouth ever. But tonight's was bad. It was bad. It was bad. Just a lot of the lines were just juvenile and they came across wonky and childish, and it just wasn't a good segment. I'm curious to see what happens on next week. I am curious. Apparently, Trish Stratus was supposed to be part of the segment, and she wasn't. I don't know how true it was. I don't know if people are just looking too much into these run sheets. You should just not be reading them. You should just watch the show. But that's just me. And if she was and she wasn't because she left and they had to rewrite stuff, okay, it makes sense why this one fell flat, because Becky Lynch and Bayley do not fall flat, but they did. Right here, David's putting it up. It was from Fight. I think Fightful even said so. When, again, I know a lot of people don't like Fightful because of their opinions on a certain person, but I think Fightful is the most accurate one. So it was the original plan. She was at the show in Ottawa, but left before the segment happened. When we asked what happened, we were simply told a creative change. So very curious to see how that plays out. One, if it was legit and they just fed some shit just to throw people off, or 2, something did happen. I'll be interested to know. We'll see. Yeah, it was bad. It hurts me that I am watching a Becky Lynch segment and I'm like, this sucks. I'll be honest. I don't like Bayley acting the way she acts without Sasha. I don't think it works. I just don't. I love her wrestle. I'll watch her wrestle. She's awesome, but I don't think Dakota and Io are good partners with her to work off her creatively, like bouncing back and forth. I don't think it works. She needs someone that she can bounce back and forth with this character. Sasha was perfect. These two are not. And I've said this before. I think that's the biggest reason Damage Control has kind of felt so like roller coaster, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I did apply. I applied for the Maximum Male Models. I never got a call back, and it's crazy because my photo that I sent in was beautiful. See, I heard something. Yeah, she was supposed to. Again, that might be them just trying to swerve the dirt sheets because they're always putting out these where the rundowns before hours before the show. So maybe they're trying to. I don't know. Yeah, it was bad, man. I do hate to say it, but I'm a realist. If anybody ever held me into question about that, you can shut up now, because I'm literally shitting on a Becky Lynch segment, and that's something I never, ever, 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 ever want to have to do again. I don't want to have to do it. I will if I have to, but I don't want to. She's the GOAT. I've somehow made a tag team, and they did, because at the end of this segment, they turned around, and then Becky and Lita took the titles and held them in the air. They're outnumbered 2-3. Dakota has a crutch in her hand, and they just sat there and watched them hold their titles in it. Attack them and beat that ass. Swing that crutch. Go down swinging at least. But they just sat there and watched Lita and Becky hold their belts in the air going, nah, we own them now. And it's like, that was dumb. It was very bad. I don't think she dropped. I just think she needs to switch it up. But after that, Candice is being interviewed, and before she even answers a question, she sees Nikki. She runs over. Nikki says, "Why are you following me? Why are you doing this? I got a match with Piper next week, and I can't be distracted. I got to know what's going on." And Nikki just kind of mumbles or whispers something to her, and I guess it was something along the lines of, "All my friends have left me, and I'm all alone," and yada yada yada. And Candice kind of looked like she was a little bit shook by it, and that was a segment. And Candice went off and did her thing. Next up, we got Bronson Reed versus Chad Gable. Nothing special here. Chad hit the dang bridge German suplex on Bronson Reed. That was pretty special. Oh my God. My girl said, "Oh, how do you do that?" Bronson hitting the dang splash on the top is still just so awesome to see. Poor Chad Gable had to take it. During the match, Maxine came down and she lured Otis over to the corner. She distracted him, gave him another card. Otis like, oh yeah, I'll be a model. And then he turned around and saw that Chad Gable lost. He goes, oh no. And that was that. So Bronson gets another win. Good on him. The Alpha Academy is about to break up, unfortunately. I just hope it means good things for Chad. I hope it doesn't mean just Otis is going to get something fun again and Chad Gable just gets pushed down to the bottom. I hope that doesn't happen, but we'll see. It said that Bailey's their baby. I want to hear this nigga. Oh, you don't hear her. She just mumble like that. You don't see anything. This might be leading to Candace and Nikki being tag team though. And also I think it's a very real possibility you're going to see Chelsea Green and Carmella as a tag team. We've already seen what was the other one? They teased it a little bit. I feel like there's one more they've been teasing. I think the tag division after WrestleMania is going to be legit. I think so. Hopefully. Oh, it's been too long. Bonita. Yeah, Bonita. I don't know what it means, but sorry. But yeah, 100% for sure. Chad can repackage. But to what? He doesn't have that much going for. I know that sounds bad because he's incredible in-ring talent, but there's not many characters I think that are going to work for Chad Gable. So we get Bronson. I think that would be awesome. I fear for Otis getting the splash too, man. I don't care who it is. That splash is going to be deadly. Jason Jordan, NXT helping Chad Gable for a minute. I don't think Jason Jordan can wrestle. I don't think he can be ever cleared again. I think that's the only problem there. Hey, Chad's had good matches though. I don't care what anyone says. You're not buried. I don't care about wins and losses. If you're featured on the show every single week, and you're a comedy act, but you actually look legit most of the time, I can't even hate on that. Like you're part of the show weekly. There are other people who don't get that. They don't get that honor. There are people who just don't get to be there every week. Chad Gable was one of those guys who's been there every week. Not only that, he showed up on SmackDown, the show he's not even part of. So he's there, and he puts on great matches. We get to see it. He gets his flowers from the fans. So I don't care that he's not winning. I would like to see him win, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, that sucks he's not winning because he puts on great matches. He does his job, and he does it to perfection. We need more people like Chad Gable in the business, honestly. Eric, I thought Eric was being a producer as well. I ain't mad at that. I if they can do more mixed tags like they did at Elimination Chamber, make them real fun and focus more on women, I think that would be great. But I thought Eric Young was brought back as a producer, just like Jason Jordan. He's producing a lot of matches, so he won't be back in the ring. So yeah, that happened there. Bronson Reed got a win over Chad Gable. Next up, Elias is in the ring, and he goes, "Rick Boogs, I hope you're watching. I hope you're taking notes." And apparently, I blinked and missed it. Rick Boogs was back there taking notes, just like Jimmy Bebe on the Raw show. He was taking notes of what Elias was doing. Bobby Lashley came out there and just beat the shit out of Elias and then left him and then said, y'all aren't going to disrespect me no more. I don't care if it's Brock Lesnar. I don't care if it's Bray Wyatt. I don't care if it's Elias. It ends here. You disrespect me and I leave you laying in the dirt. So Bobby's done playing games. Allegedly. That's what he says. Cedric, is that like a dark match they did tonight? I don't know. I know we've seen more of them lately. So, I mean, that's a match you could essentially have. Oh, I know he can go. I know he can go. I remember watching his the little arc when he won the title before he came to WWE the first time, when he still had like the beard and the crazy ass. I know Eric can go. And I watched him at Slammiversary. I watched the Slammiversary pay-per-view when he was the main event with Alexander. I watched that match too. I know he can still go. What was that? Violent by Design. Yeah. See? I know. I do know. I watch it from time to time. So yeah, next up, Edge gets an interview backstage about his match coming up with Austin Theory for the United States title. He says a lot of stuff that's just a bunch of cliche stuff, but it works. The way Edge incorporates it in, this is one of Edge's better promos since he came back. He's another guy like Miz. I've been giving shit because sometimes I'm like, Edge is really good. Then there's other times where I'm like, yo, I'm done with Edge. Get him off TV. He's retired. Bye. This week, he nailed it. I liked it. We're gonna get that Blobby. I think that's what the name. So I don't. I might have been tidy. The name Blobby Lashley. He's gonna get big like that shit that he was pitching to Vince McMahon. He's gonna do it off eating that cinnamon toast crunch. I don't think Bobby Lashley be part of that match though. You might as well just do it with Brock and Omos at this point. Jesus Christ. Cinnamon toast crunch in a pool match. Just have Brock throw him in the pool, man. Oh my God, I can't believe that's happening. So yeah, Edge. It was a really good interview. If you like Edge, you like just if you have the time, check it out. If not, you can skip it. He just says a bunch of cliche stuff. Theory and Edge is next. This is the best match tonight, and it was the funnest match of the night. It was really, really well done. Austin Theory just again continues to just show why he is the now. He's not just the future. He is the now. He is our forever champion. He's going to have to relinquish that title to get it off of him. Bobby wins no matter what. That's a W. Maybe it's a eating contest, and that's how the Blobby Lashley begins. Because he wins, but he puts on so much weight and he can't move anymore. He's like, I gotta lose my. I don't know. It was his idea to put on weight for a fucking gimmick. So maybe that's how you start it. Yeah. So again, I really enjoyed the match. Theory went for that little cradle neck. I was like, oh man, please don't do that to Edge. And then Edge, he didn't. So I was like, whew. Then he did they worked around some things. I think Edge actually looked good in this match too. Like there was spurts where he just looked crisp and fast. Like he had that pep in his step again. It's like, okay, this is the Edge that we've been wanting to see come back. And he wasn't fighting someone from the Judgment Day. So that was fun. In the end, he goes for the spear. Theory jumps over it. Something happened next, but then Finn walks out. He gets on the apron. Edge knocks him down. Theory tries to roll him up. Edge reverses that, rolls him up. Theory kicks out. Edge goes to the ropes. Finn comes up, hits him with the Pele kick, soccer kick, whatever you want to call it. Edge then turns right into the A-Town. Down. Austin Theory gets the win. He leaves. Finn jumps in, starts beating the piss out of Edge, hits him with 3 coup de grace, and then that's the show as he stands over him. He kicks the dirt up on Edge as he's done with him, and then that's the show. Finn stands tall over Edge. And yeah, we're going to get another Finn versus Edge match at WrestleMania. Probably a Hell in a Cell, gimmick versus gimmick, Brood versus Demon, because that's what they were talking about at Royal Rumble, but it couldn't happen. But now we're probably going to get at WrestleMania. All he does is win, no matter what, unless he's facing Austin Theory and getting kicked in the butt. See, I was singing songs like that to Cody Rhodes tonight. But yeah, good show. It wasn't a great show. It was just a good show. Fun matches. Very fun matches. I laughed at some of the segments as well. So I think it was an enjoyable show. Nothing great, nothing bad. Just an enjoyable show. I'm with it. The road to WrestleMania is official. I had to wear the shirt. I was there. It's WrestleMania 37. I will be there at WrestleMania 39. And now we are 5 weeks out. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I hope y'all are too. I hope we get at least a continuation of episodes that are this good. I will accept this good. Nothing worse. This good or better from here until WrestleMania. Make it happen. Probably not, man. I was really hoping it was going to be Damian Priest. That would have been one I accepted, Edge versus Judgment Day, if it was Damian Priest, but it's not. It's like, why? Why are we doing Finn again, man? But it is what it is. That's the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, much appreciated. I had some higher numbers than usual in here tonight. That was cool. Hope that continues. That was fun. Thanks for joining, Lox Piero. That was cool. I think this is your first time I've seen you in here, so I appreciate that. Yeah, any other people that tuned in for the first time that I missed? Let's see. There was one other person that jumped in there. Bernardo Belly Belly. Thank you for tuning in. Well, if you're still there, I'll be back same time next week for the Raw recap. Next Sunday. Whew, I'll have to check in on this. There might not be no Positively Awesome Wrestling show next week because I will be going to a WrestleCon to see some wrestler. Not a WrestleCon, a Comic Con, but there are wrestlers there, and that's where I'm going. I would say 6.5 for tonight's Raw show. 525 ain't that far off. To me, that's like a hard show to watch. If it's like that, I thought it was an enjoyable show, but thank you for my rating. I'll take that any day of the week. But yeah, I'm sure I'll be back in time to do Positively Awesome Wrestling and talk about the people that I met. Some cursed. Gonna see this cat again. So that's next Sunday. Hey, play video. He said it's all good if you can't. You can play video games anyway, man. I still want to do it. It's just a matter if I get back in time. I should be able to get back in time though, because I think the con stops at 6, so I should be back in time to do it. I gotta keep the schedule. I already took a break. I can't take another break already. But yeah, that's the show. So Raw recap next week. Positively Awesome on Sunday. That's that. So with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, much love as always, and I will see y'all again either on Sunday or Monday.